khaki jacket.
Thank you very much.
It's almost in character, though.
All right, yeah. Well, yeah, it's not lizard skin, is it?
From years ago, super furry animal, to a big giant lizard.
Yeah.
Sort of devolving there.
Yeah. Well, evolution plays a great part in all our lives, so there you go.
It's interesting. I mean, you obviously, one of the key aspects of Curt Connors is the whole no arm thing, and I mean it's core to everything that happens in the film. From a sort of physical point of view, is there anything you do there to sort of make your movements different? Or?
Yeah, well, I met, before we started shooting, I met with a lot of guys who'd lost their limbs, arms in particular, and spoke with them at great length. And the general pattern is, of course, it's deeply traumatic to lose one's arm, whichever way you lose it. But I was really kind of amazed to see how adept people become, how quickly they become kind of deft at using one hand. So, I did go to, great lengths. There was a scene which isn't in the movie where I do my own tie with one hand, which, believe me, is hard work. But I learned to do it. Took a few days, but you quickly become really kind of used to it. And all I had in the film was like a green sock with a heavy weight in my hands to my stump would succumb to gravity. And
so it was weighted down then to make sure that...
Yeah, so it doesn't flap around, you don't want a flapping stump.
Was that sort of... I know it's a sort of fairly technical question, but I've never had the opportunity to ask. Was that a decision on your part to make it more realistic, or was that a production decision?
No. Well, I mean, we obviously had to make it disappear, hence the green sock, But I did find, when you emote, you tend to use both hands. So I needed something heavy in my hands to remind me that there was nothing there, almost, So
now the tie thing I'm going to bring up later, because we do have a tie in a room and a man who can do a tie with one hand and some cameras. So I might ask you to
fire away.
Do that. But moving on, I mean, the character is sort of CGI Lizard type thing. Now, I'm presuming a lot of that was motion capture.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've, in the last few months, last few years, a lot of people have spoken about motion capture, but I'm curious about your experience of it on the set. Was it all done on set, or was some of it done in a studio? Or it varied. A lot of the close-up facial stuff was done not on set, it was done separately, and I had about 2,000 reference points sprayed onto my face, and you go through a series of expressions and emotions which are then applied to a computer model and then built up accordingly until it looks real. And then in terms of the wider physical thing, it kind of meant me wearing a green tracksuit with these crash test dummy targets on and a big cardboard lizard head and cardboard claws, which was amusing, but never boring. Indeed. Well, unfortunately, I only have a minute left, so if I can, sir.
Yeah.
One-handed.
It's been a while, but.
Okay. So.
I mean, the length might be a bit dicky, but the knot's going to be rocking.
I am most impressed.
There you go.
That's
all right.
Well played, sir.
Ready for work.
Indeed.
Okay.
Cheers, Ray.
Cheers, man. Thanks a lot.